Hey, bookworms. I wanted to spend a little bit of time today and share what I'm working on right now. So, for many people, November is all about gratitude and thankfulness and Thanksgiving and family and fall and all of those wonderful, wonderful things. And I love all of those things. For me, however, for about the last decade, November has been all about writing. So for many years, it was National Novel Writing Month, and there was a company called National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, and I participated in this for many, many years. In fact, Seascapes came from me winning one year, and winning simply meant that in the course of the 30 days of November, you wrote 50,000 words. Ends up being about 1,600 words a day. And I would put my head down without a plot and just spit out as many words as I could over the course of the month. I have since turned Seascapes into a book. I won't tell you how messy that was. It was very, very messy. I cut about 30,000 words from that original story, added 35,000 words, and added an entire romance line. That book was originally more women's fiction than romance, and I wanted to write romance. So we switched it up, which is great. That's the joy and beauty of being an indie author and being an author in general. Well, unfortunately, last year there was a lot of upheaval in that company and they ceased operations. However, authors around the world decided that they weren't going to give that up. They were still going to do this. So I belong to an organization or we'll say organization called Inkers Con, and I'm part of their masterminds group. And it's a fabulous support system for indie authors. So they do writing sprints throughout the week. They do a lot of education, a lot of teaching over the course of a month. And it's just been really great. And I've learned so much by being part of that. Well, they stepped up, and for their members, they have been doing a novel writing challenge this month. And I got to tell you, their spreadsheet is blowing my mind. It's amazing. And their support has been fabulous. They're great. Every Saturday, there's a celebration party, even though I haven't been able to make it yet, and I'll still miss next week's. I'm hoping to make the final one. We'll see. Um, I am working on a project for that novel. Uh, it's not one that people seem to be wanting to hear, so we'll see if I end up finishing it first or not. I did just get the cover done for it, and I love it. So the title of it is called Harvest at Bethlehem Ridge. It is set in Down East Maine because Maine is in all of my settings. It is a modern day retelling of the Book of Ruth. So I switched names because I'm allowed to do that as a writer, and I changed it to a contemporary modern romance. And so our protagonist is Ruby, not Ruth, but Ruby and her mother-in-law Mara, which, if you're familiar with the Bible story at all, is the name that Naomi changed to after she returned to Bethlehem. And yes, that's why it's called Bethlehem Ridge. It's also a nod to that. And then our kinsman redeemer in our story, his name is Boaz. He's not related to Ruby, and he's not related to Mara. He was related to Mara's husband. So that's how he becomes the kinsman redeemer. He owns a blueberry farm, and he ends up employing Ruth. And I mean, you kind of know where the Bible story goes, so I think you probably know where that story is going to go. This is the one that has my heart right now. I am loving this story. However, for over a year, I have been promising you, my readers, that I would write Pine Valley. If you're not familiar with that, if maybe you're new to my channel or new to my writing, Pine Valley is set in the Western Mountains of Maine on a whitewater rafting outfit. And they say, write what you know. So the summer I got married, 32 years ago, that is what I worked. That's where I worked. I worked at a whitewater rafting company. I was not a guide. I am not a water loving person. I did go down the river twice. The second time, my big sister bullied me into it. I did not want to go. That's how much I dislike the river, but I have a great appreciation for people who do this multiple times a day during the season. So anyway, the story is set at Pine Valley Lodge in the Western Mountains of Maine at a whitewater rafting company, and it follows a family of brothers because I raised boys, so I kind of know how that works to some extent. My husband was always great about telling me when I don't write believable characters. So anyway, Joe Williams is the oldest brother, and he is left to start running the company when his parents have to leave town unexpectedly. And they have hired a business consultant named Sam except Joe thinks it's a man and Sam turns out to be Samantha. And there are some sparks that definitely fly. So those are my two main projects right now, if you will. And both have about the same number of words. So I could easily go with one or the other. I really would like to write the Ruth story, but I also want to make my readers happy. So I would love for you to leave a comment below and tell me which of those stories you would like me to focus on. Or it could be option C, which is write whatever you would like.